Hi, it's Rebecca, Empathic Crow. I am excited to pull another card from the Divine Masters Oracle by Kyle Gray for a channeled message. Had to take a quick pause as I was getting ready because another message from Spirit came in. And I was told it needed to be delivered. And so it was basically to ground, protect, clear your energy, and keep your money clean. Make sure that anything you're doing trying to build your abundance comes from that heart chakra. So that was the message that Spirit gave me to give to the collective. Sure, for me, myself as well, anything we do, do it with your heart, because otherwise, what's the point in doing it? So we're continuing with these channeled messages, and I'm curious to see who we have. We'll just quickly review. We've had Melchizedek. I may be finally pronouncing that correctly. Who knows? I listen to it and then I forget how to pronounce it. Shiva, the Lemurians, and I won't necessarily do this every time, but it's been a little while since I've done one. We had Metatron and Sun Dolphin. I don't know why I looked to the side instead of a card, and Buddha. So let's do this. Let's see who we are going to meet today. You may already be familiar with the Master. I may or may not. So, all right, let's see who's coming through today. Who is coming through today? All right. Okay. So this is definitely not someone I'm familiar with at all. We have Sanat Kumara. She's gorgeous though. Open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. There's a lot of green and yellow, which were the stones that I was called to, and I was picking up when all of a sudden, like I said, that message about money came through. So we'll go ahead and put these stones right here because they feel like they're part of this message as well. So we will take these cards and put them into the box. And we will start the channel. This is funny. I kind of, like, I don't mind being silly. I have been, but I'm being drawn to, like, seeing her crown or tiara. I'm being called to put on my quartz. I wore this on my wedding day, and I've worn it several times, maybe on Halloween. I really like it, but I also don't want Empathic Crow to necessarily people look at my videos and look at me as like a performance, because what I do I'm very serious about, but it feels right. So we are going to do that, tapping into that quartz energy through the crown chakra. That feels really important. She just has such a loving energy, and it's like this crown isn't necessarily even something she's wearing. Like, it's just part of her aura field. If you can see it, I know I had to get rid of, well, I still have it, but I had to stop using the ring light because the frequency, when you turn the light down, the frequency sound would go up and it was annoying me. I can hear it on other people's videos too. But that crown almost looks like it's not even a physical, tangible thing like what I'm wearing, but more like it's just a part of her. Sanat Kumara. Open channels, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. She's just a complete being of light. Let's see. We'll set this like this. And that puts it to where you see it. I'm going to take the guidebook and put it up here. What stones am I being? Now I understand why I was also seeing my aura quartz. Actually, we'll put my aura quartz crow skull in this hand and the sphere in this hand, and let's see what's coming through. And take a deep cleansing breath. And then I do enjoy reading this to kind of ground me. Divine Master within, the voice of my inner teacher, I call on you now. The crystals are already heating up in my hands, like tingle, tingle, tingle. I call on you now, awaken and activate. I am willing to remember you, and so it is. So let's see what comes through. I'll move this out of the way so I'm not aware of it. So similar to the Lumerians. Oh, I was seeing a bright light, like a cave, but then I saw a winged being and an eye. And I say winged being because it doesn't feel angelic, but it is humanoid-ish and has wings. So the tiara on my head, it's not heavy, but it feels very heavy right now as I continue going into the channel. And I'm just being given visuals right now. So we have a moon. It's like, I can't think of like a quarter moon. Yes, that's it. It's a quarter moon. And the eye again. And there's like, it's like going down into earth, like a hole, but I'm going down into it. Not falling. It's like I'm not actually moving, I'm just seeing. Like my vision is, it sounds so weird, tunneling's the word that's coming into my mind. Like my like remote viewing, like your vision is just seeing the things, but you're not actually there. And I've got this violet light that's just all around me. And I'm being called to just observe. Where I'm at right now, there's mountains in the distance. And these structures, they're not, I say they're not castles, but they're kind of like castles. They're tall, they're elaborate, but castle's not the right word. I'm just being told to explore and observe. Now I'm in this area where it's so green. There's trees and it's green and the light's peeking through, and it's kind of like when the leaves move and the sunlight looks like it's kind of shifting. The light beams look like they're shifting, but it's not the light beams, it's the trees. And I'm just feeling this energy all through me. It's like the land and myself are like this continuous loop. of energy. One feeds off the other, and everything just feels familiar and new at the same time. Like, and even though I may experience this every day, it still amazes me. There's a joy that comes with it. Very invigorating is the only word that comes into my mind. Very invigorating, very freeing, just existing, being in this moment and taking it in. It reminds me of, his name's Sully, an Avatar, when he's learning to see the world through a different view. Like recognizing that even the little things, they're a part of your story more than you realize. Like you may see that leaf in the tree and you think, oh, that's just a leaf, but you don't see the energy behind it. Like right now, I'm being shown where, if you've seen those images where you may snip off the tip of a leaf, but when it's put under, I think it's something to read an electromagnetic field, that the part of the leaf that was cut off, energetically it's still there. Like the energy of everything is just, I don't even know how to put it. It just is. It's like, that symbiotic relationship, or symbiotic, however you want to say it, relationship where your energy comes from the things around you and the energy of the things around you come from you and the other things around them. Like, just, again, it's this, everything's connected, but in a way that it's that energetic exchange. Like, and even when I was talking about cutting off the tip of the leaf, and I'm a very empathic person, so even when I had to cut the tail off a dragon for a sticker the other day, I knew it was a sticker, but I was still like, I'm sorry, Mr. Dragon. And that's the feeling that I'm getting when talking about cutting off the tip of the leaf, is just like an unnecessary act that could cause unnecessary harm. Like that you don't see the harm because you don't feel the pain. All right, I feel like the channel is coming through now, but that I needed to be shown those things first. All right. No matter how small or insignificant you may feel that you are, that the things around you are, there is a significance in all. Every step you take is supported by the ground, but also affects the ground beneath you. Your movements cause small changes and affect everything that you do. Those changes may not immediately be felt. Over time, you take for granted that around you is the very energy, the cycles that sustain you and the earth. And I'm seeing someone stomping through the grass, like underneath their path. The grass is just laid completely flat. This is an image that has kept coming into my mind. And then there's an image now of someone walking gently, intentionally, and not with force, and the grass bends, but it pops back up. The flowers bend, but they pop back up. Okay, so she's showing me a sense of being aware and mindful of how you tread. You walk through the world unaware of anything around you. When you pull into a space in your car, you are not aware of what it affects. When she's showing me rake leaves, you know not the creatures that are affected. And so in the leaves, I'm seeing like the little butterfly cocoons, and like the spiders, what do they call them, nest or egg sacs, things like that. All these little things that, ooh, my heart is heavy. All these little things that we don't even think about, like the little eggs and things on the leaves that are now on the ground, and they're being raked, and it's ripping open the very things that create life for these insects. And like I'm even seeing birds' eggs, like somebody cutting tree limbs, and they're not checking to see if there's a nest or eggs. The lack of awareness affects not only those things, those creatures that get destroyed, it also affects you. With each thing that is destroyed, not only does that ecosystem change, but it changes your ecosystem. And the crown is feeling really heavy on my head as I was hearing heavy is the crown. Heavy is the crown of those who are meant to be the protectors. Those who have the ability to communicate through voice, yet misuse their powers, misuse their abilities, and many don't know. The lack of awareness is not an excuse. Information is abundant to assist with changing how you live, what you do. You are not the top of the food chain. You are just a part of it. You were meant to be part of the guardians and caretakers of this planet. But your actions have been careless. You see the changes and you deny them. You see the warnings and you ignore them. The sun still shines. Your world doesn't feel different enough to notice that danger approaches. It's not too late. My ears have so much pressure in them. She's showing me some of the efforts that have been made over the years to help, like seeing the sea turtle nests where people try to lead the sea turtles away from the lights of the beach houses to the ocean. They're supposed to follow the moon to the ocean, but they get distracted and confused by the other lights. She's showing me a beached well and people helping the well to get back in the ocean. She's showing me where there are plastic bags that are mistaken for food. All right, now we're coming to the mountains. What is she showing me in the mountains? Fires abandoned that burn the trees and land, but it's not in the right time. It's not in the right time, not in the right cycle for renewal and regrowth. And then she's showing me like food or things that the deer, I'm seeing a deer and raccoons, that they shouldn't consume, but they do because of what is left by humans. And now we're going to just, it's like a home. And she's showing me the pesticides being sprayed on the ground. Ugh. It's making my heart hurt and it's making me really nauseous. Because I'm being shown how those chemicals affect even like an ant, even this small insect, and the nervous system shutdown that it creates. And it's even in the things that you tell yourself do no harm because you do not feel the pain, harm is done. Whether intentional or not, your convenience is at the cost of everything around you. And your focus is narrow and on the immediate irritation. My ears are just so much pressure and my heart is so heavy. Still feeling that nauseous feeling. And she's saying that this is not intentional to make me feel uncomfortable, but that it's necessary for us to consider how even the smallest action affects anything around us. And now she's showing me a rainbow, and she's showing me this beautiful sunlit area. There's butterflies, there's birds, there are flowers, there's beauty all around me. This is what you can create when you focus on respect, recognition, and understanding that you are not above or outside of the planet. You are one of the species on it. And if you see yourself as the caretaker, it is time to become that. Humanity has it within them, and I trust that there are those who will make decisions more consciously. Remember, love and connection will always bring growth. Awareness and respect will always bring helpful relationships and support. And I feel her disconnecting right now. The message has been said. Whew. Probably shouldn't have put on makeup. That was pretty heavy. I wasn't sure what to expect with that message. And we're at 28 minutes. So let's see with Sanat Kumara what the guidebook says. And I'll leave that there. That way I don't have to hold it up the whole time. Whew. It's hard to turn the pages because I just feel so I just still feel so heavy. My hands are shaking a little bit, because when she was showing me like the ants, like I was feeling my whole nervous system just like going haywire. It just, let me remind myself again. Sanat. Okay, so go to the S's. Like I said, it completely felt I felt just a huge sadness. I felt the experiences like that we have to be mindful. Think about for you, if you were to experience a condition that affected your muscles, that affected your limbs, if you were to have somebody, or even like I'm seeing right now, a tornado come through and just sweep out your home, how would you feel? And just being mindful that while things may be really small, it doesn't mean they're not important. So, Sanat Kumara. Open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. Sanat Kumara, which means eternal youth, is an advanced cosmic light being who is dedicated to helping the earth rise up toward the light. I said she, but it is a he. He is deeply passionate about supporting those on earth who feel called to fulfill their life's purpose and make a difference. This brilliant guardian of light has been acknowledged in many different traditions and even has a temple dedicated to him in Kyoto, Japan. So for anyone who is familiar with this divine master, I did the same in the channeled message with Metatron and Sun Dolphin. I apologize if gender-wise I get it incorrect. Maybe that just shows that I honestly do not know, and I come to you openly to say that I do not always know, and I don't know a lot of the information on these divine masters. So it's not out of disrespect that I say things incorrectly. This is a learning journey for me and maybe for others too. So I ask for your grace on that. Legend has it that he came from Venus 6.5 million years ago and is eternally 16 years old. Due to the atmospheric differences between the two planets, in the Ascended Master's teachings, Lord Kumara is the regent of Earth and humanity, the head of spiritual hierarchy that governs spiritual guides and supports the Earth's evolution, which makes sense when he talked quite a bit about, as humans, you know, you're not the top of the food chain, you're a part of the planet. I can't remember exactly how it was said. Much of the information about him states that he resides upon the etheric planes in Shambhala, I may have said that incorrectly, in the city of light hidden in the Himalayas. Sanat Kumara is also the head of the Venusians and the twin flame of Lady Venus. Your message: hearing higher-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, and having the sense that beings are visiting you in sleep or meditation are signs that you are receiving downloads from heaven. Right now, you are an open channel to source codes and information that can help you understand how your life can be more aligned to the energy of purpose and meaning. If you are feeling highly psychic or intuitive, or are feeling a particular message rising from within, this card is here to help you to trust in what you are receiving and encourage you to follow through on the guidance. Whether you are experiencing more signs, downloads, or spiritual experiences than usual, it's an entirely new experience for you. It's important to take time in contemplation and meditation. Signs are wondrous moments, but it's also important to reflect on them, for they can have crucial life-affirming information that will support you on your path. Know that you are being guided and were born to be a light. So with that, some of the messages I got were in alignment with what the book says, and some of them were very focused on something that is only a part of what the book is saying. And that's okay, 33:33 on the clock. And funny that it talks about getting those channeled messages, and I do get them, but today was one of the first ones where it was like, here's a quick message while you're getting ready and you've got to put this out. And that's what I did. So again, trusting yourself, that's one of the platforms that I will stand on. We all have intuition. Trust yourself. Tune in. You will definitely hear more. And I do feel there's still that important piece of recognizing that you are just one part of the universe, and that pay attention to what you're feeling called to, whether it feels right or not, which was even part of the, make sure you're keeping your money clean and, being aware of what it is that you're doing, and that you're doing everything through the heart center. So I hope that message was helpful. It definitely was another time where, and I'm still feeling a pressure on my head, it was definitely another message where there was some of the Divine Master coming in, and then some, but a lot of me explaining what it was that I felt. So as I do this, I find that there are different ways that I'm connecting, that connections are coming through, and all of it is valid. So just trust your intuition, see what comes through, and understand that your brain is going to make different connections and different people make different connections. And sometimes words are going to come through in your language or in a way that another energy or whatever may speak. But whatever it is, know that all of it's valid and all of it is okay. And as long as you feel right with it and you feel right within, then do what feels right to you. All right, that was a lot of rights.